Yeah!
It's Josh Williams here, and welcome to the One Man Podcast, episode number 49 for Wednesday, April 18th, 19th. What the hell the day is it? It's one thing I didn't take a look at before I started recording, guys. For the 18th, holy shit, I got it right. How about that? I am crazy sick right now. I've got a really bad headache that's going on behind my eyes. I've been in bed all day. And lucky for me, it's podcast recording day. So this is going to be so short. Anybody who thinks these podcasts are way too long, this is the one that you've been waiting for. I am laying in my back in bed with my microphone in my hand. No setups, nothing at the desk. This is just me in so much pain, and I've been putting it off. It's like, I don't have my notes done or anything like that. I was just like, oh, I'll get up later and do them. But I can't break this fever. It's not breaking, but I'll tell you another thing I'm not going to break. It is my word to have something for you guys every single Wednesday. So I am here. I am not delirious yet, but my brain is definitely baking in my head. I've been trying to feel better. Like my joints are all sore and stuff. I mean, I'm not trying to turn this into a giant complaint fest, but I really don't feel well. In fact, I've been having like spurts of nausea. I haven't vomited or anything, but I've been laying in bed and every now and again I'll roll over and I'll feel sick to my stomach. My joints are really sore. I just feel weak. I have a really bad headache and I feel weak. I'm not coughing. I don't have a sore throat. But I tried to make soup this afternoon and I had a few spoonfuls and it made me feel sick to my stomach. So just, I woke up like this, that's what I did. So yeah, welcome listeners. Thank you for tuning in. This will be a very short one this week, only because I just don't have it in me to just talk and talk and talk and talk. I feel awful. I played with the option of just not putting one out and maybe just apologizing on social media, whatever. But I don't want to break my streak. I've never missed a Wednesday, and I don't intend to start now. I will be doing an interview with my buddy Andrew Chapman, a very funny comic. He does TV shows and things like that too. We're going to be sitting down on Thursday. Hopefully I'm feeling better by then. And that episode will be available for you guys Friday. So you will get some content this week. This episode's just not going to be anything spectacular. The week was good though. I don't have anything to complain about. Like, what did I do this week? I got to do some tastings. I got to hang out with some friends. I went to my buddy Aaron's house and we did a bit of a game night with some friends there. That was a good time. I got to spend some time with Crystal and the kiddos. What else did I do? Oh, I got my 2016 taxes done. How about that shit? That was a really, really, really long thing getting done. And I've started working on 2017, so that's a good thing. I don't know if you guys can hear like the grinding sounds like that from me moving the mic around in my hands. Like I apologize. This is going to be the least professional podcast that you guys have ever heard me do. But like I said, it's just about getting it out there for you, letting it be in the universe. What else did I do last week? I had a good week. Oh, what did I do? I bought my tickets to Avengers Infinity War. I'm super, super excited to see that movie. I'm in Kingston, and funny enough, my mom has become quite a fan of these movies to the point where she was like, well, I'll come to Kingston and see it with you. So it gives us an excuse to spend a day together. So I'm going to be picking her up after work in Ottawa on Thursday the 27th, I believe it is. And I'm going to pick her up. We're going to drive to Kingston, see the city a little bit. She's never been inside Kingston, so it's not much to see. Nothing against people who live in Kingston, but it's not a very big city. And we don't have enough time to do like a prison tour or anything like that. So of course, if anybody has any suggestions, something quick to see in Kingston, contact the onemanpodcast.com. Love to know something quick because we're going to end up getting there at like 4 or 5 and I have a show at like 7:30. So there's not a whole lot of time to like go sightseeing and stuff. So maybe something quick and easy to see in Kingston would be great. And then I'm going to do the show and then we're going to fucking jump in the car and fly off to see Infinity War. I'm super duper fucking excited. Super nerdy, but I'm looking forward to this movie. I've been laying in bed all day. I don't want to say watching movies, but I've been sleeping through movies. Like I'll start one and I pass out. What did I put on this morning? I'm trying to remember the first one that I watched. Again, didn't really watch it. That's could be one of the reasons why I can't really remember. But I put on. Oh, this is frustrating. What the fuck did I watch this morning? Oh, I fell asleep last night to The Nice Guys. I went to go see that in the theaters with Crystal a long time ago. Very funny movie. Ryan Gosling and just face there, the angry one who throws phones. Russell Crowe. That guy. Saw that. Fell asleep during it. Woke up this morning. Trying to remember what the fuck it was I watched. You know what? I'm laying in bed. May as well take up your time by going back through my what do you call it here? Netflix fucking list here. In the horror section now. So likes me some horror movies. Alright. So no, I didn't watch Unfriended. Didn't watch New Girl. What else? I have been watching New Girl though. I was trying to watch This Is Us, but I just always it's one that you gotta pay attention to, and I can't remember. Can't remember what I did. Come on, what did I watch here? I know I watched Thor. I just threw it on. I fell asleep right away. Slept right through the whole fucking thing. I feel like what I put on this morning was probably the best thing I watched all day. But I can't for the life of me find out, what the hell it was I was watching. I don't even remember the actors or anything like that in it. Then I put on a horror movie called Bye Bye Man. Don't even know what the fuck that is. Oh. If you stop on Netflix, it starts to play a trailer or whatever. You think continue watching, it would let me see what else I was watching today. I mean, I know I finished it, but yeah, whatever. And you guys don't need to fucking listen to me try to figure out what I did with my life. I'm trying to go through the whole trending now on whatchamacallit. What's that one? I thought about watching what's it called? Come on, Brian. I just looked at it. Leatherface. It's supposed to be like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre or whatever, but it's like Leatherface and some other people that break out of an insane asylum. I'm like, I'm not looking for their fucking origin story. Suicide Squad version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But there's a lot of shit on Netflix. Some good stuff on here now. Anyways, so some of the things I tried to watch today: Thor, fell asleep through it. Bye Bye Man, fell asleep through it. Let Me In, fell asleep through it. I want to watch the that scary one there, The Nightmare, which is all about sleep paralysis, and I think I might do that one. I think I might fall asleep to that movie when I'm done doing the podcast, because I had a friend listen to the podcast. Mikey was telling me about that during one of our writing groups, about just sleep paralysis, where you wake up but you're not really awake. Or you are, but you're not. So you may be awake, but your brain is showing you imagery, hallucinating or not hallucinating. But apparently everyone sees these same images or whatever of creatures, not creatures, I guess apparitions, like Slender Man or whatever. There's 3 different, apparitions that people see. One's a dude with a blurry face or something. But again, I'm going to speak uninformed prior to watching the fucking documentary. So, I don't know, I like scary stuff, and I can't really do much. Like I said, I'm sitting here my legs are just shaking because my joints hurt so much, my hips and my knees. I started tucking a pillow between my legs just today, just to try to get the pressure off, and popping Tylenol. In fact, I think when the podcast is over, I'll have, that'll be the time to take some more pain pills. So, I'm hoping to get a good night's rest. I mean, I'm fevered, right? And I think everybody knows you're supposed to starve a fever, right? Well, I've only had one bowl of soup all day, so maybe, I feel like I'm starving. I don't really have much of an appetite. But, yeah. Sorry to just be talking about that, guys. I really did have a good week. Like I said, my brain is baking in my head right now. And it's really hard to just put a thought together. I mean, I know I'm always loopy anyways, but, not feeling good. But it was a good week. I did 3 tastings for sangria, which was ridiculous because it snowed in Ottawa. So I'm standing in liquor stores, during snowstorms, asking people if they want to try sangria. Hey, want to try some sangria? It's You know, people look at me like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, maybe when the summertime comes, I'm like, yeah, I know it's mid-April and should be some sort of evidence of it. And then we had a fucking ice storm. Like, luckily I was home most of the day, but like, I think the night before, I felt like the house was getting artillery shelled. So like, here's this bang, 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 bang. We have like a huge tree outside that was just getting coated. So everything was breaking off the branches every time the wind blew and it was hitting the house. We had a few branches break off. We lost power. And then the next day, everything had a fucking ice shield on it. You know, we were trying to clean off our cars all while getting pelted by all the things breaking off the trees over our head. And it was a disaster. Goddamn disaster. But it snowed again today, so not really envious of the fact that, you know, I couldn't go out. Does that even make sense, that sentence? I don't care. I'm not going back to fix it. Yeah, all I could think about right now is that I get the date right. Wednesday, April 18th is when we're listening to this. And I'm toast, man. I'm toast. I had a good revelation this week. Like, you guys are known, you know, are aware that, you know, I'm trying to do personal work on myself and stuff like that. Trying to feel better. And I could tell you this, like, for the longest time, I was feeling pretty stressed out because I decided, like, so one thing is I definitely know I'm emotionally unavailable. Sorry, ladies. I don't really want to be in a relationship right now. Like, hey, I miss human companionship. I can tell you right now, being homesick, nothing like having your partner come and, you know, bring you food and rub your head and stuff like that. So that I feel it right now. That sucks. But I think, I made myself a rule because I'm like, I know I want to be more happy with myself before I end up getting in a relationship with anybody else, right? What kind of shit am I bringing to the table? So I know that some of the things I wanted to work on were obviously my weight, my comedy writing, and of course my finances. I wanted to make sure that I was a little more balanced in those regards. So if I shared this with you guys already, I apologize. If I didn't, well, here we go. It's a good little thing that I wanted to do is I decided that before I'm willing to be in a relationship again, I want to make sure that I've lost like 50, 60 pounds. I want to say, you know, 60, but I just don't know. Like, I'm at 289 now. And I don't know if just based on my size of 220 is achievable. At the same time, I don't want to be like, I want to get down to the absolute minimum before I'm willing to look at another person. That's too much. So I got to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to be in a good way. I'm going to feel good about myself. I'm going to feel, you know, whatever, like, and get back out there. So that's one of the things I want to do. I want to, sounds kind of stupid for probably a lot of you well put together people, but I want to have $1,000 saved up in my account, because I tend to just, you know, work as much as I have to pay the bills and whatnot, so that I can, you know, focus on stand up and doing the writing and doing this podcast. Doesn't it feel like I'm putting all my effort into it? Yeah. So there's that, and then I want to. What was the third thing? Oh, and I want to write a new hour of material. So just to show myself that I'm focused on my health, I'm focused on my craft and my career, and I'm focused on finances. So those are three things I'm doing. But I know that the guiding force behind all of my stuff that I've been talking about lately and shit was like, I wanted to feel like I want to be happy, right? Who doesn't want to be happy? But I've stressed out about this concept of happiness, right? Because nobody just wakes up one day and go, oh, I'm happy now. Because you're kind of like, what I mean by that is you're never just like, okay, I'm happy now, and then that's it, right? Because it's like that old saying, like, safe is dead. When you feel like, okay, I've arrived, like, well, then what else is there to do? You know, like, you want to constantly be growing and evolving and stuff like that. So I was stressed about this concept, like, well, what do you mean? Like, I'm just going to I need to be happy before I can be with somebody. You know what I mean? Like, I was stressed out at this concept because I'm like, I don't think that I'm ever just going to have arrived at happiness. I might be happy or whatever. So, just this whole concept was stressful because it was like, well, what if I'm just never happy? Because I don't see myself ever just going like, okay, I'm content now. Like, I'm done. I don't need to keep striving for more happiness, more whatever, contentment. So it was just, I'm not saying anyone who is content, I'm not saying like that's wrong. I'm just saying I couldn't quite wrap my head around a concept that like you would just arrive to a state that you want to be in. So this week I sort of landed upon this concept that I may not be, let's say, fully happy or done pursuing happiness, but I could approach it in a healthy way. So now my goal so much isn't so much to be like, hey, I want to be happy because I do. My every day I pursuing happiness, but I want to get to a point where I'm pursuing my happiness in a healthy way. And what that means is if the shit's not going well, I don't fucking, panic or my anxiety doesn't take over or things like that. So that felt good because before I felt like I was trying to pursue something that was just unachievable. And it was stressful because everyone's like, "Hey, I just want to be happy, want to work towards happiness." And I was like, "I don't know what that looks like. That drives me. That's scary. What if I'm chasing something I can't?" So I feel like the direction that I want to go in is obviously I want to pursue happiness and work every day towards being a happier person. But I think that my goal is to be healthy, to pursue happiness in a healthy way because that's achievable. You can get to a place where you'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'm not everywhere I want to be. I haven't achieved everything that I want to achieve, but at least I feel, equipped to handle the ups and downs in a much more healthy and productive way. So that's my big revelation this week, guys. I feel a lot better about, what direction to go in. I got some goals and I got some direction. Hey, 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 hey. Who knows what next week will bring, right? Ugh, I feel fucking terrible. I feel awful. And hey, 16 minutes. That's not bad. That's some time. So why don't we get right to the sponsors? Because I'm not going to last much longer. And I don't know if anything I've said has been of any interest at all. Okay, so who's my first sponsor? Oh, we know who they are. Oh, yeah. My partners at portablepress.com. I have not, normally I print the article out, but this time I didn't. I just grabbed the book and I just realized that I don't exactly have a place to hold the microphone and open this book. So we're going to go at it. And of course, because the universe was good to me this week and helped give me some direction, some goals, I thought, why not read from Uncle John's Bathroom Reader Plunges into the Universe? And part of me was tired, so I sort of threw this one together. Love you guys and everything like that. And of course, I love my partners at portablepress.com. They do have amazing books. But everything in the beginning of this book was all like 5-6 pages long. And I'm like, I can't handle that this week. I got to make something nice and easy. So this one is called The Green Flash. So I'm excited to read more. I haven't finished the article. I'm just like, yep, this will do. So at least you guys are getting an article this week. It's called The Green Flash. No, it's not some new superhero who's going to save the world. It's a now you see it, now you don't phenomenon that takes place before the sun sets and the instant it rises. You've seen gorgeous sunsets with brilliant reds, oranges, violets, pinks, and yellows. But have you seen the green? The green flash, we mean. That split-second burst of green just as the sun dips below or rises above the horizon. Lots of people talk about it. Half of them think it's just a myth. The other have actually seen it. Are you on my wavelength? Sunlight contains all the colors of the rainbow, each with its own wavelength. When the light strikes the Earth's atmosphere, the atmosphere acts like a giant prism and scatters or diffuses the light. The extent of which a light wave is diffused depends on its wavelength. Take blue, for instance. Blue light waves have a short wavelength and are widely scattered throughout the atmosphere. That's why the sky looks blue when the sun is well above the horizon on a clear day. When the sun is close to the horizon, such as at sunrise or sunset, the sunlight has to travel through more of the atmosphere to reach our eyes. The highly scattered blue light doesn't reach us, but the longer waves like red penetrate the dense atmosphere more easily. This gives the sunset its red-orange color. It could be rich. It could be its rich red-orange color. The Master Flasher. Speaking in terms of sunsets, as most research on the subject does, as the edge of the sun dips below the horizon, its light splits into a spectrum like a rainbow. As the sun continues to descend, the red portion of the spectrum falls below the horizon, and the blue portion is usually scattered by the atmosphere. It's at this instant that green is the wavelength of maximum intensity. Seeing is believing. Green flashes are related to mirages, which only occur below the astronomical or true horizon. The apparent horizon, where the sky appears to meet the Earth, should be as far below your eye as possible to maximize your chances of catching a green flash. It's like chasing Bigfoot. A sea horizon is a great place for sighting one, but so is the horizon as seen from the top of the Empire State Building or even from a plane or balloon. As to the horizon itself, a sharp horizontal line is best. but even the jagged outline of the top of a forest will do as long as your vantage point is higher. The C&O the green. The C&O the green. I don't know. Fuck. So you're all set, except for one more thing. You can call it a catch if you want. The weather has to be just right, too. So may the sun shine warm upon your face until it sets or rises on a clear, perfectly cloudless horizon with no air pollution. Good luck. And there's a couple other little paragraphs with some extra deets. Do fish sleep? Despite the fact that they have no eyelids and that many of them seem to be constantly on the move, most fish curl up for a nap now and then. Mullet fish, oh, that'd be fucking hilarious with their little mullets. Mullet fish head for the ocean floor at night. But other fish sleep during the day, giving themselves the night to roam around the ocean, safe in the knowledge that any potential predators are asleep. Even fish such as marlins, which must remain active to pass water over their gills, become less active in the dark of night, appearing to simply drift with the prevailing currents. Bored to the gills. Yes, even fish yawn. Just before a quick move, some fish take extra oxygen into their gills with a yawning action. Fish have also been known to yawn when they're excited, such as when they see an enemy or a source of food. And that was the green flash. The running feat on this one here is Canada is the world's second largest country with an area of 9,971,500 square kilometers, and gingivitis is the most common non-contagious disease. And that, my friends, was Uncle John's Catherine Rader Plunges into the Universe by my partners at portablepress.com. And yeah, I mean, this coming week, I'm not at Absolute, like I should say this week, I'm not at Absolute Comedy. I'll be in Kingston, Ontario next week, telling the jokey jokes. So I'm excited for that. Oh boy. But why don't we give my partners at Absolute Comedy a little bit of airtime right now?
Absolute Comedy is the best live stand-up comedy from across North America, with locations in Kingston, Toronto, and Ottawa, Ontario. These comedians have been featured on Just for Laughs, Netflix, Comedy Central, CBC's The Debaters, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Conan, The Comedy Network, and much, much more. Go to absolutecomedy.ca to see this week's lineup. Planning a night out is easy with dinner and show packages available at all locations. Live comedy is a great choice if you're organizing a celebration, fundraiser, company outing, or corporate event. Want the show brought to you? They'll send comedians to your venue with performances tailored to your event, creating a night of laughs your guests will love and won't soon forget. So for showtimes, ticket prices, gift certificates, special shows, and more, head to absolutecomedy.ca. Again, that's absolutecomedy.ca for the best live stand-up comedy from across North America.
The sun gives life to the orchard. The orchard gives life to the apple. The apple gives life to Somersby. Somersby is a delicious sweet taste of sunshine, imported across the ocean all the way from Denmark. The people in Denmark are smarter, and so are you, if you drink Somersby. With flavors like apple, blackberry, pear, elderflower lime, red rhubarb, and a taste as regal as this fake accent, there's something for everyone to enjoy. And now, you can try them all in the Somersby Mixer Pack, available wherever fine beverages are sold. So go on and try for yourself the crisp, refreshing taste of Somersby. Your taste buds deserve it. Please drink resplendently.
Still no word yet on when the watermelon Somersby is going to be available, but I'm very, very excited for it. Of course, once I'm feeling better, just tie one on when I'm sick as a dog. And of course, my last partners, last but definitely not least, my partners at DK. Now, this week I don't have a book to review. I was really up to my nose in taxes. However, the wonderful, amazing people at DK did send me some more books, and one of the books they sent me is the new Avengers Guide. Oh man, am I super excited about that! So I'm going to be reading that, and I will try to have that one out ready for you guys next week. So a little bit of a review on that right before the Avengers movie comes out. Infinity War, that should be, it's going to be fun. I got my tickets already. They're sold out like everywhere. So if you're planning on going to that, you don't think you can just walk in there night of. You ain't going to get shit, you know what I'm saying? So obviously my partners at DK Books, guys, I'm super excited for them. They got all sorts of things coming out. They got the solo book. They sent me, I say the solo book in sense of like the Han Solo movie that's coming out. So they've got all sorts of books about that if you're a big Star Wars fan. Obviously, they've got a really great series called How Things Work. And they sent me the How Science Works and How Business Works books. I'm very, very excited to have those on my shelf, and I can't wait to read them. And they also sent me a How to Do Yoga at Home book. So I have the Yin Yoga book, which I reviewed a while back, and the Yoga from Home. I apologize, I don't have the title. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to read that one because once I'm feeling better, like I said, I'm going to be working on trying to get that flexibility up and stuff like that. So thank you, of course, to all of my partners. I'm sorry that this week is so bad, but again, just want to make sure that I get your words out there. You guys are phenomenal products. You do great things. I appreciate each and every one of you. This week coming up, it's tax stuff, and it's looking right now like it's going to be a rest and feel better. So I'm really hoping that I wake up tomorrow and this has broken into a sense that I can start functioning again. Because right now, like I said, my joints hurt so much that I'm just sort of shaking my legs just to keep the pain off of them. And the headache's so bad. I really am having a hard time thinking. So I'm looking to hopefully have this thing nursed and be back on my feet in a day or so. I really have to get my 2017 taxes done before the end of the month, and the month is ticking away, especially with me going out of town. I really need to get my ass in gear. I will be sitting down with my good buddy Andrew Chapman on Thursday. I will be recording with him Thursday, and I will have a bonus episode for you guys Friday. Unless something happens and we can't get together, whatever. But as it stands, that's where I'm working on. So there will be a real episode, some real content for you guys this week. Thank you for bearing with this. I've got more tastings coming up this weekend. It's funny, the company that I'm working for now is fighting over me, which feels good. I got a few different account managers that all have different clients, and I work for all of them. So I got them emailing me asking if I can come off of one project to do another, and they'll pay me more and all that stuff. It's kind of nice. But so I got that work coming up this weekend. I got the podcast, and that's really all there is. Everything else will be taken up by tax work. And I'm still ear reading, I call it, listening to my audiobook. I've got about 7 hours left. Very, very excited. Turns out, if anyone enjoyed the movie It looks like there's a little bit of news on the sequel. It is still being done by the same screenwriter and same director, the second part. And the, excuse me, I'm just having a real bad pain right between my eyes right now. It will still be Bill Skarsgård playing Pennywise. And they have apparently got Jessica Chastain on the bill to play Beverly Marsh. And they were in talks today or yesterday about getting James McAvoy to play adult Bill and Bill Hader to play adult Richie. So I can't remember who they wanted to play. They interviewed the kids a while back and asked them, who would you like to get to play the adult version of you? And they all said Jessica Chastain as Beverly. The kid who played Ben wanted to get Chris Pratt to play him. They wanted the Black Panther Chadwick Boseman to play adult Mike. I can't remember who Eddie wanted to have as an adult, but anyways, point being is they got pretty close. I think the kid who played Richie said he wanted Bill Hader, and the fact that they're in talks, that's good. Though I think that the guy who the kid who said, who he wanted to play adult him, I don't think he picked James McAvoy, but I think James McAvoy would be a good choice. Anyways, I dig I'm digging the book. I dig the movie. I'm looking forward to the next movie. I like movies and books and stuff and TV. That is the podcast this week, guys. I know it sucks and I'm so sorry. I feel awful, but at least it was out. A little update on what's going on with me. No emails this week either. Otherwise I would have happily read them. But contact at onemanpodcast.com if you want to send in an email. Let me know what you're watching, what you're reading, if you have any fucking goals. The same shit I ask for every week, that kind of stuff. I hope you guys are all out crushing it. Stay warm. The fucking weather is shitty everywhere, at least in Canada. I got California listeners. There's a lot of downloads that come from California. I just want to say hello to you guys. Would love to hear from you and let you know, let me know where you listen from in California, and maybe what it is that you like about the show. I don't have to read what you say on the podcast, but I just love to connect with little bit more of my international listeners. You know, I really appreciate you guys being out there. So, you know, yeah. And of course, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. One Man Podcast, guys. Give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, all that fun stuff. Love to you know, get more followers and all that stuff. Make more things. Do more with the podcast, right? More followers I have, more sponsors I can get, or more money from said sponsors. Gives me more time to work on making this whole thing, you know, better. I like you guys are out there. And of course, feel free to pull up your podcast apps, whatever you listen on, and give us a 5-star review. Give us a little, you know, write a small little review. Just, oh man, Josh is so dedicated. He will even do this when his brain is baking in his skull. You could say that, or you could say something eloquent, but that's what's out there. I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys being out there. You know, it is. I'm sorry that this week sucked. I was looking forward to sort of getting into some things. But I didn't leave anything out. I just don't have it in me. I'm going to take more meds and try to sleep this fucking thing off. And I'll talk to you next week. Thanks, guys.